Alright guys, we're back. I cannot believe this game won the poll. I love you, Colonel Sanders. Hold on. Twitch is messing up. Alright. I cannot believe this game won the poll, you guys. We're back. We're not doing anything productive today. We're reading I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator. Now, just judging off of this, we have new game, load game, so it looks like we're going to be able to save. I'm expecting $200 of quality Colonel Sanders content. We got credits. Of course, shout out to the 10 people who made this game. You know, I always talk about how I think visual novels are a fantastic medium between music, art, and like video. And some of my favorite works of all time consist of like Little Busters VN or Jacinto Normal, which we will be reading those, but I don't think that this is gonna be what that medium that I was looking for. Regardless, it's what you guys voted on, so without further ado, let's begin. I Love You, Colonel Sanders. Okay. Looks good. Okay. We're already taking 20 minutes to load it. Oh, we're busting. Do we have a log? We got a boy band in the background and hearts. I have a feeling we are not a male character. You sleep I've already messed up in the first sentence. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. Is that BTS? The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in the moment forever. Or you could wake up now. Your first day of culinary school is in no time. We already got a game over. There's no save? Well, how do you load? What an ending. Oh, so now we have a 20-minute load screen back because we got a bad ending. Is there no way to skip text either? Nope. Does tab work? Oh, we just have to fast forward. Alright, up and at 'em. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there? Will you cook? What will you wear? It's here finally, your first day of culinary school. So many dishes to prepare. Your mind is swimming with possibilities when you realize you're running late. You grab a biscuit. Delicious. Just what you need to wake up to those taste buds. Oh god. You're in such a hurry, in fact, that you forgot to put on any deodorant before running out the door. You're sweating buckets. Standing there in the quads, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Here comes your lifelong best friend, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Good morning, deleted this, all caps. Are you excited for the first day for the rest of our lives? Actually, because I sure am. Excited, a little nervous, okay, a lot nervous. It's just that this morning I made a breakfast for myself, but when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? I've already found my least favorite character in the game. Classic Miriam, raised by Master Chef parents, she's always held herself to a very high standard. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you are the most caring, loving, caring person I know. You're going to do great. But with the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning's famous 3-day only semesters, I'm afraid I'm being left behind and never catching up. A sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. Should you pep talk her? Nope. Rather than dwell on her anxiety, you change the subject at hand. All summer you've been hearing rumors about an enigmatic mystery student. It's a little worrisome, but you'll find. Now what about this mystery student we read about on the school board? Any new deets? Oh, get this, I heard his name is Harland Humphrey, and he's no ordinary student. They say he has powers. He was born from an egg. An egg, like a chicken? But that thing about having powers, it would line up with some of the other rumors I heard. Like, I heard he fought a bear with just a smile. Can we change the text box? You both sigh, thinking about a student so handsome that the laws of physics don't dare apply to him. Dreamy. Before you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom engraved measuring strips out of your hands and onto the ground. Hey, it's at Ashley Aisley. Ashley, your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. Oh my god. Her thighs have chicken on them? I didn't see you there, chicken shin. Oh my god. You leave. Deleted this shins alone. They are perfectly normal shins. You can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley. Thank you, game. But she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better. If anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. We're not gonna let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Madman, has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rockin'. Ahem, Van. You rang... You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have... This guy looks like a JoJo character reject. You got this girl who looks like... I don't even know. She looks like all the artists on Twitter came together and made a character that just looked like what they hated. You have the annoying best friend. The whole gang's here and ready to rumble. You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. I can't believe that the University Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You'd think they'd just hand us our diplomas now. Or maybe hire us on as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. With the first day of school about to start, there's just not enough time to properly tell these two off, so you resist. Let's go, Miriam. See you later, losers. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. I'm not even gonna replicate. I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open. That should do the trick. I love you. I think you mean thank you? My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old. Could someone like this really be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. Hi, Pop. I'm Delita this. So, are you going to make me hold this door all day? Nope. And with that, the young man walks in the building ahead of you. Is it just me, or is he kind of cute? I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and attend themselves busy. Chit-chat. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at the podium at the front of the class. Adorable. Now, quiet down, everyone. Who is this unreasonably cute pup and why is he in our culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL. Please call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and a little fluffy, but I still demand respect. Woof. What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever. I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom. I'm chilly. Someone close the window. And then he walks in. You're immediately swept in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. It's him. If it isn't my favorite student, Harlan. Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog, before he could finish his sentence. Please call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone's looking at you and you're not entirely wrong. And this over here must be sweaty sweats a lot. Maybe we should open up that window back up before faucet pits melts into a puddle and evaporates. You two both know my name and we were in the same kindergarten class, and what is it with all your really weird insults? There's no other decision to make. Colonel Sanders, the beautiful angel that he is, stands before you, smiling gently, his hand outstretched. Boy howdy, this classroom gets hotter than a Kentucky fryer. Please, use my handkerchief. You freeze up. Colonel Sanders is talking to you. Wait, no, Colonel Sanders is talking to you about how sweaty you look. You're completely mortified. This can't be your first interaction. What if he forgets this? How will you respond? You stretch out your hand and Colonel Sanders places a fine silk handkerchief in it. It's so beautiful you hesitate to press it onto your face, but when you do, the feeling is transcendent. It has his natural scent on it. It smells of the most delicious chicken you've ever smelled. Professor Dogs steps in to settle the class down against some ground rules. Welcome to the University Cooking School Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears, there will be blood, there might even really be adorable tiny food. And when this is all said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. Just another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss quiet. Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Don't you recognize me? This is my third year with you as my teacher. Everyone stares at him blankly. Does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word. Let that be a lesson to students that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it on your own time, rolling halfway down on his tiny wheels. You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing who appears to be on some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. Oh my god. The class burst into laughter. Oh Clank, you rascal. Sprinkles walks in. I hope this is less than an hour. I can't take much more of this. I am counting down the ways. Load. We're only at the first part. Hopefully the introduction's like just long. I just please. I can't take much more of this. Sprinkles walks in the classroom and everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart and tough is well known. You decide to try and butt him up by giving him a treat. You reach into your give him a chicken snack. Sprinkle's eyes go wide as he locks onto it. His favorite. Yeah, shocker. Well, I think there might be some competition for our new star student. The furry professor immediately devours a snack, leaving your hands slick with a coating of warm doggy drool. You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds open to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only two options remain. There's still a seat here. It seems no one has claimed the seat next to me if you're interested. Oh, we've got to sit by the Colonel. You move to take your seat by Colonel Sanders. It appears he bought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfect upright posture shows off an air of seriousness that makes you confident in his desire to learn. Thanks for offering me the seat. I only had two rules. Do all you can and do it the best you can. That's the only way you ever get the feeling of accomplishing something. That's so inspiring. A little off topic if you ask me, but okay. As soon as you settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast, it's time for a pop quiz. Yay, a quiz about me. This is incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz. Tell me if you're ready for life here. Keep your knives sharp and your focus sharper. Here's question number 1. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? Extremely. That's right. Forest is to a tree as chicken is to a feather. What is the most efficient eating utensil? A spork? What food is the best for a broken heart? Is Sprinkle's a good boy? He's talking to a teacher at culinary school. He's the best boy. You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. I know we just met, but I have to confess, I think you have a beautiful brain. Hot diggity, deleted this. You just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that one. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch. Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that the school is dedicated, the school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. Was this really in production for 4 years, this VN? A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, could I have your attention? Is it about lunch? No, I just want to apologize for my tardiness. You see, I was... Howdy, folks. I'm the one who would like to make an announcement. It's about lunch. Everyone cheers. But I... Lunch, lunch, lunch. In honor of the new semester, I prepared something special to share with everyone. That must be the smell I smelt. Indeed, that smell. You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but what is it true? Is this? Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head, its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken bread and fried to a crisp. The aroma envelops you and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble as to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years I have been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavor. Look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and they're scribbling notes. But that's all I say about that. What, you think we want your stupid secret recipe? No, my dude. No. I'm just drafting the last will and testament in case one of those ingredients is poison. Got him. He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. You wait to see what zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a much different approach. Yeah, and just like that, I was writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman can fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. Oh, please. Well, Van, the man, if you don't want any, I'll take this. Whoa, hold on. I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and acts unimpressed. Easy now, there's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of this quote-unquote bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Fortnite! Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds gripping onto a drumstick with your hand, you float weightlessly. Oh my god. You let the food rest in your mouth and focus on it. Salt, pepper, or oregano, basil, maybe, but there's something else. Something dark, something spicy. Yes, even deeper. Could this be? He really did it. How bold to use. You try to go even deeper, but this revelation alone is more than you can handle. You snap out of it and realize that this information was meant to remain a secret, and yet now you know. As you look around, you realize that everyone in the room is consumed by the lunch. No one notices as that you've traveled through space and time. After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with him. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he is doing and allows you to break the silence. I wonder if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? How bold of you to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make my fortune and establish a legacy of all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester's only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets? Shouldn't this be fun? You've got moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly own and then leads in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. Wow, you never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you get some if you searched. And definitely isn't the flavor you've tasted before, but now you're 2 ingredients closer to knowing the full recipe, but you don't tell him that. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. Yep. While everyone else is in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find him outside standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue after I graduate. Seems like you have big plans. I dare say the biggest. I'll leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that. Alone together for the first time. I really enjoyed your food. The flavors were complex but comforting. The interplay between salty, savory, and peppery was perfect. I appreciate the compliment. Delita this. I'm sure you will be a big success. I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon. You step inside the massive cooking arena where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they can need. Look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally, we get to show our stuff. Wait a minute. Oh no, we have to show our stuff. What if I blow it? You're not going to blow anything except maybe kisses to the crowds of fans you're going to earn with your signature tiny food creation. Welcome to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we'll be with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team of 2, that is? Want to be my partner? Sure, I'll prepare our station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left all alone. 2 different students quickly take notice. Hello, new partner. Beep boop, beep boop. 2 potential partners? I'm so sorry, gentlemen. I don't know who to choose. It looks like you have to pick 4. Who do you want to be Miriam's partner? For sure, the robot. It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of school is. Clank is excited to have attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth. Warp, warp, warp. Hold on there, fella. We don't even know the assignment yet. Technically, Clank doesn't have a face, but there's something charming about him. Tissue, I hardly know you. Clank judders and a panel shakes loose? Oh, God. This is supposed to be a PG game. Looks like you two will be fine. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. Alright, you two, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide after 4 steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. Which dish do you suggest? Grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy. I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm and inviting, comforting, maybe mashed potatoes and gravy? I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. No, please let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine. Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business. Sanders' heart is my business, and you better keep your fingers off of my man. Did someone call for me? No, geez, Van. While I'm over here crushing Deletus is dreaming she's supposed to be taking care of our classwork. Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends. Howdy there, Ashley, Van. Are we working on a quartet instead of a duet? It looks like Deletus was struggling, so what is this music? So we offer to give him a hand. You know how it is, these young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. I was gonna say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two. Maybe one day you might be able to get to my level. Don't be rude, Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, the fried chicken was spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows we fit together like a thigh and a drumstick? Nothing about this makes sense. She's coming for Colonel if you don't watch out. Ashley is really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here. I'm here to learn and to express myself even like routine, not break it with prima donnas. Partners were chosen at the beginning of class, so let's all respect the format, okay? Lieutenant Colonel Sanders to confirm that you're on the same page. I chose Colonel Sanders and Colonel Sanders chose me. A businessman respects all fair agreements from contracts to handshakes. I took on Deletus as my partner and I stand by it. Based on your team's behavior, I'd say you're perfect for each other. Neither of you has Deletus' natural talent or their loyalty. Being defended by Colonel Sanders leaves you good and proud of potential. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. The music was the one thing I was thinking they didn't destroy brains with, and the right on cue they proved me wrong. Yeah, this is, nothing has been good so far. You look down at your station and realize that, in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture with plenty of butter and cream. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention is elsewhere. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extends out his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Granny would be Colonel Sanders holds out a spork out to you. You reach out and grab a hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that moment, all the madness in this crazy world stops. Are we done yet? Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together, you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting. And then, filled with rage, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes into her stupid, beautiful face. Van, do something. Scooping up a fingerful, Van takes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he sinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Hold on right there, Gluteus. We do not waste food in the arena. Crimson Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands. Can I has potatoes face? Van rushes over, a covered dish in his hand. Mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic. In just a few minutes I prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty braised tentacle of octopus and my silky saltwater sauce. Plated on a battle axe forged from the supreme of chef ancestors. You've been waiting for too long. That ends now. It is I who will have the first bite, and you will all look on with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish. No, don't. Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose. I think the octopus was rushed. This could be toxic. Oh, too late, Sweeney. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. It killed him. Everyone get back home. What? When you look back at the plate, the rest of it's gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up in Pop's mouth. Pop whistles in pain for a second, then is almost immediately back to his obvious self. Oopsie, it tastes like poison. The entire class is gathered to watch Pop's final moments. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things has inoculated him against poison. I'm not sure the professors here make enough money. Ghost, oh student. Hello, I just turned into a ghost. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please let me walk home. What, for real? Come on. You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today, before you go on, I just want you to know that they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me of why I became so passionate about food to begin with. He's getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. Yes? Something I need to tell you. Hold it right there. Something I need to tell you first. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that I'd become the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since, I've been working towards that. Day and night, never stopping, never resting. Also lifting a lot of weights. A lot of them. We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, why you... Shut up. I'm the only one who wants to be the star of the story. Are you forgetting you're cooking literally? Killed a guy? You can't prove that. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him. We're talking about me. I'm the hero. I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. How dare you threaten me as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level. Be afraid, be very afraid, because I'm a monster, see? Is he rhyming on purpose or is that just coincidence? Before you could discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. What will you do? No! 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 They are not. No! They are not doing Final Fantasy VII menus. They're not. They're not. Stop. I just threw my mouse and I'm surprised my audio is even working. I don't want to play this anymore. I don't. I can't handle this. I've done some stupid stuff on stream and I've done some stupid challenges, but this might have just taken me over the edge. You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cooking with love does 1 damage. It just got real. That attack really upset the spork monster. He goes on the attack. Just spits hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. You decide to go on the attack. It worked last time, right? Spork monster won't forget this. Spork monster is really feeling threatened by your attack. Spork monster focuses their mashed mind and draws an energy from Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. You decide to defend. You hold your head between your hands and mutter, "This is not happening." Spork monster is no quitter, buffed up and ready to rumble to go on the attack. Spork monster uses a utilitensel. You take 2 damage. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive. Thanks for showing me my HP bar. Cook with love does 1 damage. Spork monster is using cheese sauce onto the lawn. Feeling vulnerable, he prepares for his ultimate attack, Rounded Edge. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Hot Pie Power Pinch does 10 damage. He's defeated. You saved me. An injured spork monster spews steam into the night. Finish him. No student will ever walk the quad in fear again. This monster messed with the wrong chef. Attack. Omni Slash. You'll never survive my student debt loan destruction. He's completely vaporized. Colonel Sanders looks on and off. You continue to surprise me. He left behind a special item. It's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. Where was my XP? The last name you have signed it is Borko. That same sounds familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night holding a mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from the battle bus, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you has fallen and without any energy, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter out a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up as you are tucked in night slightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some weird reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. You awake on day 2, and to process any of the wild visions you had, were they premonitions? You lie in bed and stare at the ceiling, thinking about the secret you discovered while tasting Colonel Sanders' cooking yesterday. How could he really have used? Then there was that other secret ingredient he went on ahead and told you. Not much of a secret now, huh? It's probably because he already trusts you. Then we'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you tell her about the encounter with the spork monster, she launches into a story of her own. I know this may sound a little strange, but I think I might like Clank. Like him? Like? I know, it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like I like him. She just could finish near. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that he was the most popular kid in his high school? I know, but that does make complete sense. He was so popular, he was voted prom king at a school he didn't even go to. And was also the convertible that he himself rode at the front of the homecoming parade. Something probably got lost in translation here. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow, like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and the Colonel, The coolest guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. You're a thing now. We definitely connected yesterday. You sure you did? You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and the Colonel might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients if he's not into me? You don't tell her that you know a second ingredient too, which you discover on your own. She lights up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, a secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden. He told me about his passion for spices, secret spices. The man gave me some to show what he meant. He said if it was a powder created from some super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor I could have some of my own. Oh god, I know where this one's going. Don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice, he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me and the flavor was unlike anything I'd ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we stayed in touch. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. We now have a drug runner subplot. Please, 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 it would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or Colonel Sanders. Oh, I just made a bad decision. Whatever, fork it. He told me he uses... No one ever would have figured that one out, huh? Her eyes light up. However, she immediately turns around and does some dumb typing on her phone. That's probably not good. Before you could ask her to confirm that she definitely was not texting secrets, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. It's Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without ever acknowledging that he's being watched, he does a short horse dance before dismounting with a flourish. He then slaps the beautiful creature gently on its rear, sending it into the free countryside. You're so struck by the sight of him, you lose the ability to speak coherently. Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home. Oh, we're already halfway done. Thank the Lord. I didn't realize, yeah. You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out. What a horseful beaut you have. I mean, what a horse... Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you. Deleted this just gets really nervous from people they like. That's not helping. I mean, they got food poisoning and were up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it. She gives you a wink and a smile to say as if the situation was handled. Can't blame the girl for trying. And with that, he disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the school, you see your two rivals, Ashley and Van are doing something bad. By the way they're hiding, it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad? You try to get a peek over Van's shoulder, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, I'm sure you're not going to handle this. You immediately address the rivals to their immature behavior. Culinary schools to be respected. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the Emperor of Cooking while you make the rules? I'm not sure you know a good meal if it ate you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what they were hiding and you recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the spork monster. That's the same book found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van who hides the book. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall now, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them. We're playing. Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep, beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. This is womp. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer. Womp, womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks him, sending him flying across the room. Oh god. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it might be over for me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least, or don't. Well, honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I could help with your business plan? Just then Sprinkles arrives to signal the start of the day. He's a panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town and my tiny legs are very tired. But here I am now and I hope you guys are ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly, he loves it. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the class. Without further ado, we'll reveal the global history of the favorite fowl, the chicken. You pay attention to the lesson, you do. Which is why, in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, delete this. Naturally, this appears to be a sample platter. Oh, random another misclick. Because of the shape it's baked in, you assume that the dye biscuit is made by Sprinkles. Oh, never mind. Did I misclick? Again? Oh, did I just accidentally quit the game? Please tell me this is a joke. Oh, we just start the whole day over. This is how fast it goes? We got a game over on this game? We all make mistakes, I'm sure he'll forgive you. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via time competitive cook-off. We're gonna step up and tell them that we're on. A bit of lunchtime competition, count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, so be it. I'm not the fool, you're the fool. Good one, Van Van, I like your gumption. Deleted this. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkles steps in. He'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sporting court. Finally, a little sense. At least not until we turn on the timer. Just then a huge light blasts you in the face. It says timer ready. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, just in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure. Now it's my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. Another fantastic song. You had his chicken and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you really can impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast, the timer runs down, you'll force to kick anyway. What temperature does water boil at? 100 Celsius. Was that really the only question? How many herbs and spices? He uses 11. That's right. Oh, 4. What? You might, is that... Is that... Did we lose? We got injured. But I suppose usually sells what you preferred. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells the story of excellence. I was going to ask to lead a list to Liliana, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pulling the cream of delicacy might not be too difficult. If you wouldn't mind lending me a strong, steady hand. Inside you find delicate fried rice, croquette, atop of a slice of honeycomb ice cream, 2 ways tender I don't know. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity is your... Is this it? Did we lose? It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and decide to get married. You try to hide from it. I know you're hurting right now. Not from the devastating loss, but from that running with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not going to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, I was born out. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I'm certain that the person who wrote this game did as well. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. Haha, funny joke. I lost my business partner to a gunfight. I didn't know. People see... Eric, that is vile. That is vile. People see my delicate ribbon tie and well-kept beard and assume that I've always got it together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Seems like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to. As Colonel Sanders changed his focus, you could see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure, is honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world if I can make up for my past misdeeds. Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening shadowy presence. Battle scarred from your night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the Gorko, the sport monster. That was... That was Borko, my twin, and I, Gorko, I'm here to avenge them. Are you stronger than Borko? Well, we're twins, not really. Alright. I suppose we don't need to fight. It's just that I got these ponies with the claws. All the better for ambition to tasty foods. Of course I do. Inspiration strikes me from the W. You tossed a biscuit. Delicious. You're much nicer than the evil students who once upon a time turned me into a... I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no. I was a Chihuahua, but I was still a student at this school until one day some mean kids with the magic spellbook cast a dark enhancement on me and I was forever transformed. The magic spellbook, precisely. Borko used to have a copy, but somewhere along the way I lost it. If you ever find such a book, I beg of you respect it. You're a powerful chef and shouldn't rely on dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear, I will be there. It sounds like you are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Lead to this together, I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway so we can discuss. Stepping into his home, surrounded by things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It seems like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about foods with an ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. The floor biscuit? Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy or perhaps both. Oh, we always keep it a secret. Oh god, you can I don't want to read this line. You can practically hear Colonel Sanders' heart beating in his chest. He tries to act demure, but his facade begins to crack. I could appreciate a good secret, of course. In fact, I've got many, nearly a dozen in my fried chicken recipe alone. but I would hope that you could trust me with yours. Well, I suppose you did share a secret agreement with me yesterday, so it's only fair. His face grows serious. About that, you see. Yes. The secret I told you was fake. You're angry with the Colonel Sanders for lying, but the fact that you revealed the secret showed he was probably right to do so. You mean it wasn't one of the real 11 secrets? You see, we had only just met, and I had to make sure that you were trustworthy and capable of keeping my most important secret. Well, I had something to confess. The secret ingredient you told me I shared it with you. Eventually, I already knew this. I was really disappointed, but now that you've come clean, we can start building our relationship. What plot? I promise to be honest from here on out. I'm counting on you. Then in that case, I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light in front of Colonel Sanders' Luke's hideaway. Magnificent. Together you chat on in every creamy slaw, just until a spoonful remains. You mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so I can admire its taste later. What? You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in a moment. You realize now this would be the perfect time to do snoop. What? Around the room are various items you could look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more. The fireplace. Just then the ghost of student pops up. Are you thinking about heading onto a world in the quest to avenge my death? I never even learned your name. I can tell you right now, can't you see I'm in the middle of something? Oh man. Rip. You know it's very realistic stuffed chicken. When you touch, it's real. Taxidermy? The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky. You take a closer look at it in the larger, there's a plaque on it. It says, here lies the ashes of all my past careers and business failures. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appears to be cheersing them. There's a short inscription, my friend Pete. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. That's really weird.
Aww.
I don't usually load those out, but it looks good. You forgot to take it off. You wanted to make a big move. Oh. No, this isn't that type of game, XD. Then what kind of game is this, besides the worst game that I've ever played? Can it skip any slower? Like how? It's the same 4 tracks on repeat. Alright. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. Colonel, I honestly think this might be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber dream sequence. You awake to a beautiful morning in his hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond? Only time will truly tell. Today is the day that will change your life. You just learned of... You think about the new secret ingredient. In some jurisdictions, it's not even legal. But if this recipe is a secret, how will they know? Yeah, it's not that type of game. This is just a game where we're going to break the law and poison anyone who eats at a restaurant. Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges. He's holding a gorgeously plated... Is this the end of the game already? Almost. Thank God. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Simon's food and it takes you on a long journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. I think we make a great team. A single tear begins to pull in the corner of his size. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Could he be talking about you? Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak, the only answer you could find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one day more of school after all. Waits for no one. You go home to find something very surprising. Your best friend's there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk about you, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something else had happened to you. It's okay, I was just... But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get to speed. Sure, but you will not believe what happened. I went on a date. Since I've been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. His floppy disk turned into a hard drive. You better keep your tiles turned to polite and respectful. He was interested in spending some one time together, so I was like, yeah, sure, I can get to know him. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. And now I'm not really sure where we stand. Bottling up the details of your own nights is too much to bear, and I went on a date too. Back to Colonel Sanders' house where I spent the night with him. What? Nothing happened but the emotional connection. Wowzers. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals. You could tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop. Though he himself might not quite grasp it, because you know he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dip too. Why don't you pick on someone new inside? Because I'm literally the biggest person at the school. There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You got some nerve, deleted this, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the entry from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. It doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. May as well just give up. I'll never give up, ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as though things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Deleted this. How's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back to fighting for me this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Winning so hard. Typically, I don't believe technically a winner wasn't decided, but your presentation was impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? What about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It is clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say. It was bland. Excuse me, deleted this. I am more than capable to speak for myself. Maybe more, you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk together to class. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine food. See you inside. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who she really is, you walk across a good distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spellbook you recovered and start flipping through the pages. It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't believe in magic. A grimoire? A book of spells? I don't know. Who would have that much time decorating a magic book if it weren't powerful? I can only think of one surefire way. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Only in cases of extreme emergency. It says here it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way too drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like everything else not rooted in dark magic? It is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you and a good excuse to try it out. Are you kidding? We're gonna cast it. You begin to recite the spell, but you stumble on the words, and the only effect it has is to make you forget what you were doing. Alright, after looking at the page again, it comes rushing back to you. I just had to keep spamming it. It really took us back to the start of the game. No, 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 No! 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 It took us back to the start of the game? Why would anyone even make this like a function of the game? Why would they do that? To think that like I'm now locked out of going to where I needed to be. I need to finish this game. I promised you guys that I would. But you can't even save. It's just, this is so slow. Like you can't, the skipping speed is like a half. This is, okay, this is how good the UI is in this game. You ready? If I left click and spam shift at the same time, not only does it break the background of the game, right? But look it makes it go faster than if you... It goes faster if you actually just had held control and skipped it. Like, look at the background is completely changed now. It's kind of terrifying. This is just how, like, this is just how well done this is. If you had chosen Pop, would she have liked Pop? I don't know. I don't know the lore of this game, and we're not going to find out the lore of this game. I don't want to play this ever again. Look how good this background looks. Check this out. Did it just repeat? Why does it keep repeating? It literally keeps repeating. anything. Look, it's making the option. It's giving me the option. It's giving me the option. This one. So if you press spacebar and left click at the same time, the background of the game explodes, and as a result of which, look it's still there. It's still there. I can't do anything because I don't know what to pick. Look at this. Look at this. What do I press? There's nothing to press. There's literally nothing to press, and I can't go back. There's no load button. There's no save button. Even if I were to go back, it's gonna take me to the same exact thing. The same exact broken screen. If you press spacebar and left click, the game literally breaks. You can't do anything about it. Look at this. Look at this. I can't do anything. I can't. I'm stuck. I'm not. I don't want to reset. Look, I can't do. I literally can't do anything. So there's two options. There's three options. Let's try the middle one. Okay, so now we're back at this part. And now look we're back. Right over here. At the same thing. I'm stuck in an endless loop. I'm stuck in an endless loop. Now the game froze. Let's click the middle one. Alright. Let's try the bottom option. Once again, we can't choose anything. Maybe now that we unlock this part, it will let us go to it. Nope. Okay, the background is still broken. Let's see. Forgive me, guys, but I'm gonna... Maybe I have to reset the game? A PSYOP production? A PSYOP production? A PSYOP production? A PSYOP production. Please work. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. There's no settings button. There's nothing. I can't exit this endless loop. Maybe if I full screen? Nope, that doesn't work either. If I press new game? I had to reset the whole thing. You're kidding me. What time is it? Alright, I'll show you how I broke a dating sim. I would rather just kind of push this off for tomorrow and we'll finish it off tomorrow. So you see this right here. This is your equivalent of fast forwarding. I got the bad ending and there's no saving in this game, so it took me back to the very start. And we've been reading for like 55, almost going on an hour, right? So I was like, hey, this is kind of slow, right? Like pressing the fast forward button here is it's a rather slow. If you go like, I was like, whoa, you know, if I left click and press the space bar, which is how you go in advance, if you do that at the same time, it's a lot faster, right? And since none of the decisions actually matter in this game, hey, let's go ahead and do that, you know? I think it's genius. And if you do this, the background of the game actually breaks, so you won't be able to play it. So as a result of which, see, look it. Check it out. It's now stuck at the top of the screen. Look it. Look it. It's here. It's stuck. The text has now gone into the other text box. And that text is now stuck there too. That text is now stuck there too.
Oh.
That text is stuck there too. Yeah, so this is going very well. Oh, I died. Alright, well, hopefully the repeat will help us out a little bit. Holy fork, it's still there. So, yeah, the text is now going to be there for the rest of the game. I can't stop it. And every time I do it, listen, it makes the mac and cheese noise that it's something that I could you know, go ahead and do. So now the Clank text box is now stuck here too. So the monster has glitched in the background, and now I can't click to attack or defend. Also, every time that I click, it's taking me to a different link in the game. Check it out. Every single one of these things happens at a different time in the game. As you can see now, the OST of the game and the file that it's opening is now showing on the screen. We are teleporting to different parts of the game. Oh, we got a game over. Let's do the try again option. Oh, okay, so now we... So the background is now showing us as game over. And the characters are popping up that shouldn't be here. The dog's in the background. I don't know if you guys can see that. The monster is taking up the full screen. You have the Colonel in the background. Maybe we can go. Okay, game over. It's okay though, because the game can't end. The game can't actually end. So, just in case you guys think that I'm doing something like on purpose to go ahead and do this, if I were to click on this bottom one, which I had to tell by sound now. I had to tell by sound. Which should be this option here, should be to try again. Okay, so the game just crashed. The game crashed. The game has crashed. We're back at the start. A PSYOP production. Maybe it's just too much was going on and it crashed. That's completely understandable. Let's load the game. We were right here. And let's see how this file looks. Okay, so perfect. The background is still incorrect. It says at night the school building has taken over another vibe entirely. We are in the classroom now. Colonel Sanders is here. That's looking really good. Van is supposed to be here and he's not. The monster's here. Okay, the menus are working now. The menus are working. This is an attack that we can't. It's hash image played blue menu 00. Let's go ahead and just keep attacking it. Once again, the menu is the background is okay. We could still choose the attack to make here. The game. Oops! The game crashed. The crash report folder named today's date next to game executable. It would be great if you'd send it to the developer of the game so he could fix it. The game crashed. Let's try and launch it again. Yeah, we are getting 60 frames on this masterpiece. So we're doing swell. Let's go ahead and load up the game again. Okay. Let's okay, cool. Things are looking well. Once again, this still isn't right. Oh my god. Maybe if I press continue, the game will work. Maybe the game will work. Was that right now? Chat has just notified me that oh my god! Chat has notified me about something I missed. Tell me if she looks just fine, right? She looks okay? She Uh, just drink it up. Let it all in. This is, I Love You, Colonel Sanders. Perhaps maybe the best visual novel that has ever been created. I mean, you could just see the facial animation here is something that if I see this game, if I'm playing this in VR, I'm thinking this is a real person here. Okay, good. Her face has now been reconstructed back. Now the backgrounds are finally getting a little better. We're still stuck in the school, but that's fine. Okay, good. Things are going well. Okay, awesome, you guys. We are back. It's working. Oh. The text box, the decision is still there. No, that's fine. Okay, we failed a questionnaire. That's okay though. We can go back and we'll be going at it just as well. I know the answers to those. It's just I'm glad it's still not working. That's okay though. All right, you're on. Where's the 100 Celsius option? Did it just take me back to the other? There we go. Okay, here we go. Oh, this one. Oh, it just took me back to the start. Okay. The link isn't working. Okay, let's try again. It's 11. Okay, it's taking me back to the start of this again. I see. Okay. Yeah, well, you guys, I may have to end the Colonel Sanders stream here tonight because it's nothing is working. See, the answer is 11, and if I try and click on the 11 text box, see, the answer here is 100 Celsius. And look, you can see that the character is saying it, but it's not here on the text. And if I were to click it, it says that, you know, it's wrong. The answer to this one's 11. It takes us back to the lunchtime competition, and now the top of the screen is just... Okay, the 100 Celsius is now working. We have to choose 7 here. Okay, we're back at the start. Alright. 100 Celsius. Oh my good lord. Ashley's face is now disintegrated from her body. I don't think that's good, lads. I've seen many a medical condition in my life, but I can't say that I've seen that one. Let's click this top one. That's wrong. I mean, that's fine. The answer is 11. Let's click on the bottom one. A bit of lunchtime competition. We're back at the start of the scene. 100 Celsius, 7. Trust. That one. Oh, it's just, it asks us the same question, and we're back to the start. The problem is just that if I it sees silence, but that's right, but it's just gonna take us back to that second question. So now we're back to the start. We're stuck on an eternal loop here. There's nothing I could do. We're just trapped. Look. Oh, we got past it. We got past it. We did it. We got past it. Oh no, it took us back. The timer ready is now stuck on the screen. Three songs are playing in the background. Cool. Alright, we made it out. We're back at his house. We're actually getting dialogue options. This is good. We could tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Okay. This is pretty much where we were at. We just got to, Nice! We're here. Alright. Alright, we can beat this game now. Oh. Alright. Let's not cast the forbidden spell. We could just press no. The game crashed. The game has crashed. Let's try and open it up again. Alright, let's see. Things were really going well on that last run there. We got past quite a bit. I didn't think we were gonna be able to get past. We're right at the end here. Let's go ahead and see how it looks. And it looks fantastic. Every character. As long as we can click on the dialogue options, this will work. Don't do it after all. Let's do it! We've got past it. Okay. Sprinkles is already in their room waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. I know it seems cliche. Hold on. You'll see, before you can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over the class. I told you to say it after class. You think I'm going to go from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language. But no, you had to show off your cool kid friends, Jeff and Joan, J&J forever. Watch us form a triangle as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Yeah, that doesn't make it a great date. Beep, or then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can haul people down. Sad beep. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him from his tracks. No amount of seasoning is going to make him want to leave this Clank. Clank burps out a deep-fried sneaker, considering that he himself has wheels, not feet. It's not exactly clear where it came from. In terms of deep fried, whatever. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see the entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we should be focusing on what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about some upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Miriam, are you okay? I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me like that? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure. I know that you know this, but I'm going to say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're going to cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me? Well, of course not. Well, maybe, sort of, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first person. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears away from her cheek. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a special soup, and I bet Professor Dog is going to love it. When you're pep talking, you completely miss lunch, but that's okay because you have a better idea about how to spend time. You want to practice an early dish. And a chance to beat the pants out of Van Van, the supposed man, and his eviler counterpart. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of the recipe you've been working on. Deleted this as famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. What are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. I'm just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and putting on victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing on, that's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who was hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head to cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but then that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven goes off. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell. Not just a pot pie, but a chicken one with an all-butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. I could smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. The final showdown's about to begin. There are no rules. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe, fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with the frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash. Miriam fearlessly injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend Blaster Bastard. Van flexes his pecs as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock in Void. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Even Clint gets on it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. When did he learn how to speak English? It's the singularity as was foretold. We must let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Van unplugs Clank and rolls into the back door. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice that Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she gonna use dark magic? So did you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic? In your old life, let's see. When spells say only cast in case of emergency, they mean it. I'm kind of in a pinch here. Got any better ideas? For starters, never cast spells on yourself. Just tell me he's giving you trouble and we'll take care of him. You motion to Ashley before you can think of a dastardly decision to use that spell that turns her into a chicken. Now a mere bird, she flaps her wings and glides off in the produce section of the arena far from here. Okay, gotta go by. This could be dangerous. You're immediately racked with guilt. You don't know what to do. We'll try to save her. She's in shock and still exhibiting some chicken-like movements, but otherwise appears to be alright. Hunter, the timer's ready. Guys, I think the timer might be ready. Is it just me or does the chicken seem remarkably fresh today? Right then you realize that Colonel Sanders witnessed the sabotage. He's not impressed. Your heart sinks as you think about how much you disappointed him. Having suffered this huge setback, we're going to summon extra powers. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have even been protecting their entire lives for. Yes, to this, you are the chosen one, you will revenge me. You interrupted my monologue, sorry, my heart is pure, my hands are steady, I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. You know that the powers you have can do anything. But don't worry, you may have suffered some setbacks, but you can do this. I've been watching you today, and what I must say is that I am truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. I'm here to help. All you managed to make is mac and cheese and the time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What will happen to the rules? Following the rules has really never been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tendies you ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects. Are you suggesting if we combine forces we could form the perfect food union? Time's up. With time expired, it's the moment everyone's been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems complete. Guys, is the timer ready? I think the timer's ready. From off screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle. I'm flying. It seems like it's gone from the broom closet. Get her down from it. Did Van have something to do with this? When someone asked for a wedgie, who might have refused? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop was eliminated from the challenge. I can't feel my legs. Can I be excused? You kids and your pranks. It's not the worst prank in history, but it's not yearbook material. He got an unplugged. That leads 4 remaining students. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. I've made tender udon noodles and savory soup. It's so delicate. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. It has sprinkles and some green tea made from baby tea leaves. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish and letting just the tip of his pink dog touch the bowl. Sublime. Oh come on, I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I'll enjoy it by myself. A+, rarely do I taste a dish with as much love as it poured into yours. Van, you're up. I made... Oh god. Uni over smooth egg custard and axe hewn urchin sail topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second different colored type of urchin? Yes. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on all accounts of all the spikes. He begins to paw it erratically, causing it to scoof around. Please be gentle. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past the needles. My tongue! The professor seems to be having an allergic reaction. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a food bowl of needles would make it hard to eat? He decides to go into the night. Disqualified. That's the last you've ever heard of me. Before forcing us to endure a swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously absent bolus milk. I know I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley. It's time to step up. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rose water soup topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. That doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I ask that you refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it anyway. Don't eat food at a cooking school. Got toast in your ears? It's a display piece. It is beautiful, however, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it, and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I just didn't realize we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I go to the college school of eating for the hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard, you might disrupt the spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes her and she finally can't keep her routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to re-educate herself from being the best, but this time without being shackled to be fake nice. This isn't the last of her you've heard of me. As the class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. 2 chefs. What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum plays. Just when I thought I'd seen everything in the kitchen, you give me this and completely blow me away. In my 49 years of dog life, I've never tasted anything so delicious and balanced. Everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes in the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive that even Van and Ashley are drawn in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they do better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve it as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking area, it's cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house. Ow. You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts are allowed at graduation. I was never actually a ghost. It was a trick to get you all to notice me. Oh, amusing. And now everyone is together. It's the spork monster he mellowed out. He's the party monster. Dejected students walk off. Maybe things didn't work out for Mary Martini, but she got the love of her cooking. A red carpet rolls around like a Hollywood movie. It's Pop. He arrived late to the dance for a good reason. Is a crown. Oh, I get it. It's Clink who arrived late to the dance. I'm Clink and I'm not from this earth. I'm actually from a faraway planet, another dimension. Now that I've learned the ways of your kind, I return. Will you come with me? I don't know what to say besides no. I have to find out who I really am. This isn't time for me to devote myself to figuring out who you are. I understand humans are weird. Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. It's just like the first day you met him. He's come prepared to feed the entire class. This time it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of the chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end. No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Is the, I'm just wondering, you guys, do you think that the timer's ready? I couldn't help but wonder, was our final exam an act of strategy carried out by two cunning chefs, or was it something more? May I have this do-si-do? Colonel Sanders extends his hand to you and you feel his sense of urge of energy to his hand, the hand of a master chef, so dedicated to the craft of fine cookery, so tender yet refined, so milky smooth. Fingers like light, finely battered drumsticks turned in flour, soaked in buttermilk, but they do not reach for tongs, a knife, or even a spork. Tonight they reach for you, and though our feet may be tired of dancing, I believe this is just the beginning of our steps together. Will you not join me on the dance floor, but in the kitchen as my cook, chef, and partner in business and life? Me and you together, ever since I met you, my dream has changed. It's not enough to simply open the world's greatest chain of fried chicken restaurants. No, even then my life would be incomplete without you by my side. So what do you say, partner? I say, I love you, Colonel Sandor. The end. We did it! So yeah, you guys, as much as I, you know, I made fun of this game in the very beginning, what I got was a story that I definitely wasn't expecting, and I really shouldn't have taken this game for face value, because it really, it's one of those that it just really changed what I have to say about visual novels, and I'm absolutely just kidding. This is the worst game that I have ever played in my entire life. Without a shadow of a doubt, this is the worst game I've ever played. The UI is terrible. There's no saving. The actual speed here, the speed option, doesn't work. More so than me just spamming this. But if I go ahead and spam this, we have issues like timer ready or the background not changing. The faces off the characters literally come and melt off. Files of the game will start showing up and loose code will pop up. Characters will start going behind each other. Look at, prime example, the timer's ready. Look at, the dog's face is a few meters above his head. Is this supposed to happen in a VN? Absolutely not. The music, and even in its hard points, sounded like it was 55 instruments that they could have played at once, and they just put into a track. The story was a hodgepodge mess of just nonsense that they pretty much kind of made fun of the Otome and VN genre and just put it all together into this absolute mess. Oh, okay. This absolute mess of a game that they somehow decided was going to go and promotionalize their product. And honestly, I think it did it did what it was meant to do, because this game was a 10 out of 10. I'm absolutely kidding. This is one of the worst games I've ever played. I hope this game was a psyop, because I will tell you right now, I don't eat at KFC, and this game did not give me any inclination to do so. In fact, I would say, you know what, I will probably never eat at one ever. I don't think that this game was even meant to be bad. I This game was terrible, you guys. So good job on recommending it, because at least it was probably fun to watch. But this game was god awful. This was not how any VNs are. The game quality matched the floor biscuit. This was just not good. And I'm glad that this game was free. We could probably set a new speedrun record. Let's go for it. Ready? All right, put the timer on. It is 12:08. It's timer time. All right. We're gonna try and set the world record. I'm gonna try and beat this world record speed. That, or we're gonna go until the game breaks. All right, we have our first game break. All right, we have our second. We have our third. Oh God, Clank is now taken up the screen. Clank is taking up the screen.